They say a man will do anything for the people he loves. But what happens when love asks for more than anyone can possibly give? This is a story about that kind of love, a silent, thankless sacrifice. After finishing university, a young man, full of dreams, stepped into the real world. But the world wasn't ready for him. He searched endlessly for a job, but every door he knocked on stayed firmly shut. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. With each rejection, the weight on his shoulders grew heavier. Back home, his parents were growing older, their strength fading. His younger siblings looked at him with hopeful eyes, a hope he was terrified he couldn't fulfill. He was their rock, their only support, and time was a luxury he didn't have. One morning, a small, discreet ad in the newspaper caught his eye. A local zoo was hiring. No details, just a time and a place for an interview. With nothing left to lose and everything to gain, he went. The job wasn't what he expected. It wasn't glamorous. He would care for the animals no one else wanted to touch, clean the enclosures no one else wanted to clean, and work behind the scenes, far from the applause of the crowd. The work was grueling, the hours were long, and appreciation was rare. It was exhausting, sometimes even humiliating. But he accepted. He accepted without a moment's hesitation, because when your family's survival is on the line, pride is a price you can't afford to pay. He spent a week in training, learning the rhythms of the zoo. He learned how to handle the animals with a gentle but firm hand, how to clean every corner until it's shone, and how to be the invisible force that made the shows run smoothly. Soon, he was part of the daily spectacle, a ghost in the machine, essential but unseen. Day in and day out, he gave it his all. He scrubbed, he carried, he fed, and he repaired. He worked under the scorching sun, soothed animals frightened by storms, and stayed late into the night, long after the last visitor had gone home. The pay was modest, but it was enough. It was enough to put food on the table, to keep his siblings in school, and to give his parents a life of comfort. They never asked what he did for a living, and he never told them. The unspoken agreement hung in the air, a quiet testament to his sacrifice. Years went by. His dedication, though invisible to most, did not go entirely unnoticed. The zoo began to recognize the unsung hero in their midst. One day, a local news channel decided to feature the man behind the scenes, the one who made the impossible look so effortless. His face was on the screen, his story told for all to see. When his family saw the broadcast, he expected tears of joy, words of pride. Instead, he was met with a wall of shame. The very people he had sacrificed everything for turned their backs on him. They avoided his calls, their doors remained closed, and their hearts grew cold and distant. The work that had saved them had now made him an outcast in their eyes. Heartbroken and utterly alone, he returned to the only place that felt like home, the zoo. He went back to his routine, the familiar scent of hay and earth, a strange comfort. No one there knew the depth of his pain. No one knew he had worked through sickness, through exhaustion, through crushing loneliness, never once asking for a word of thanks. His youth, his dreams, his own comfort, he had silently laid it all down at the altar of his family, only to be rejected. Time kept moving forward, as it always does. The man grew older. His hands, once strong and steady, now trembled as he scrubbed the floors and fed the animals. His back ached with the memory of 1,000 heavy loads. But he never stopped. He never faltered. Every single day he returned to the zoo, to the work no one else wanted. He kept the animals safe, the visitors entertained, and the show going on. The work was hard, and the praise was scarce, but it was his life, a life of silent, unwavering devotion. So, if you ever find yourself at an old zoo, and you happen to notice a man working tirelessly behind the scenes, moving quietly among the cages, take a moment to really see him. Remember his story. He is the one who gave everything for others, the one that time and family forgot, because for him, the show must always go on. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more content that makes you think. We'll see you in the next one.